Alright, let's quickly talk a bit more about polynomials. I forgot to say some things. First of all, number one, if oh my god, I'm off to a great start. So if a plus or minus the square root of, or b times the square root of c times I, where I is the square root of -1, if this, which is really ugly, let's say that is a root of p of x, then a minus plus, which is the opposite of whatever sign we chose here. If we chose plus here, we're going to do minus here. If we chose minus there, we're going to do plus here. So a minus plus b root c times I is also a root of p of x. If you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, since we don't want any coefficients to have any roots or i's or anything. We just want it to be nice. So we want it to. So the only way to cancel them out is to make it to have a conjugate. Remember, these two are conjugates, right? Alright. So that's really useful. It's really helpful. Let's say we had one ugly root, we can find the other root, right? So that means that there's always an even amount of ugly roots. Yeah. Now the next thing I wanted to say was factoring by grouping, which is a fast way of factoring. It only works with polynomials with an even number of terms. So basically, most of the time it's going to be cubic or quintic. So let's say we have something like factor 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus let's say 6x minus 4. How can we factor this? Well, what we can do is we can separate it into two groups, right? We can let's put the dividers here, 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 and then this part. We're gonna have, let's erase that. What we're gonna have is that plus that. Let's not forget that negative that I erased. Alright, cool. So now if you factor each part individually, now this will not always help. I mean, this not always work out, but in most cases it's really easy to notice, and in most cases it will work out in elementary contests. So if we factor out an x squared, we get x squared out of the first one, we get x squared times 3x plus 2. Alright, and now we have that. That's the first part factored, and then that plus second part factored. We can factor out a -2. We can also factor out a 2, but you'll see why I'm going to do a -2 in a second. So we have -2 times 3x plus 2. Notice these two have a factor of 3x plus 2, so we can factor that out of the whole thing. And then we're left with x squared minus 2. We could factor this as x minus root 2 times x plus root 2. Hey, notice that we can go back to our first bullet point. X minus root 2 and x plus root 2, they're conjugates and they're both factors, because they must cancel out. The ugliness must cancel out into niceness. So now this is how we factor it. So this is factoring by grouping. It's really cool. There's also, I'm not going to talk about factoring expressions with a lot of variables. that's more of a, I think I already did an algebra 1, but yeah. So that's all, I just wanted to say that. Thanks for watching, bye bye.